Okay, what's up with it? It's your boy Expat D, back from hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Still abroad, still doing my abroad thing. So the question to be answered, and this is something I get a lot. If you are going to move abroad, should you sell your car? Okay, this is a question that comes up a lot. I've personally been through it myself, and it's very important. Moving abroad, it's a big life choice. It's a big major decision, and it's important how you handle things. Um, what I think if you have an opportunity to not sell your vehicle, I think you should and explore all the options that you can. Okay, I'll tell you my personal story. So when I first moved abroad, well, let me put it to you this way. I've attempted to move abroad multiple times in the past, and I'll mention the time that I thought I had it together. Okay, you know, I had a job. This job paid a decent amount of money. It was a good, you know, at the time it was a decent package. And and here's the funny thing about the car. I had a car. It was a Honda, and here's the funny thing. It was giving me a little bit of problems. I bought it off some shady Craigslist um, mechanics. And the funny thing is, I remember I needed the car towed. And I remember it too, because I was at my parents' house, and the guy was towing the car, and my dad was telling the tow truck driver, "Hey, you know, you shouldn't be trying to load it like this, right?" And he was like, "Nah, I got it, right?" The tow truck driver. And the crazy thing is, he loaded the car up on the flatbed or whatever, and then my car just slid down right in the middle of traffic, like towards traffic, and then it hit a like a fire hydrant, right? And so it like dented the car. Um, it could have been a lot worse damage, but the fact that it did cause some damage to the car, um, and not like so basically the amount of damage was on the car based on how much it was worth. They said that it had to be considered like a salvage title or whatever. Yeah, I think you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. So they had to pay me money, and then like for the car, the insurance company for that business, and I could still keep the car, but they said it had to be considered a salvage title. And I mean, it was nothing but just like a dent on the back or something, right? And so I was like, I couldn't drive the car at that time, but it wasn't like something super major. Like I didn't need like a new engine or something like that to get it fixed. So I ended up selling that car for like dirt cheap because I kind of already got paid for the vehicle. And I was headed out the country. And here's the crazy thing. When I left the country, I things took a turn. So that's the thing. Sometimes when you leave the country, you know, we tend to think like what's the best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? We think about, oh man, I'm gonna be abroad, I'm gonna be making money, and like nothing could go wrong. And it's funny, I've worked abroad in 4 different countries. I've been to several more, but actually like holding a job in different countries, 4 different countries, and half half of those times I had to evacuate because of some type of like political reason or something like that. Yeah, half the time, 50-50. So that's what happened this go round. Ended up being like a war that broke out, and I had to leave and come back. And the crazy thing is, when I came back, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter how much I needed fixing on that car, I knew exactly what needed to be done for it to be like in, a good drivable condition. And so now I had to buy a car all the way again, all the way over. Or if not that, if you're ever in a situation where you can come back and visit and you don't have a car, you have to rent a car, man, it's expensive to rent a car per month. So I wish, even if I had that car all the way broke down, the fact that I could come in and probably spend whatever, $700, $800 and have it up and running and know exactly what was wrong with it without like buying it for someone and they're leaving out information, that would have been a better scenario. So that's something to keep in mind. Some alternatives to look at, because I've been in this situation several times. Um, Consider storage. So you might be thinking like, yeah, I went to like a U-Haul storage and it was super expensive. Some of that stuff might be like 250, 300 a month. But I'll tell you, if you can find your way to a small town, okay, you could find some situations where you can get a storage unit that's big enough to fit a car. I've literally got some that was like $50 a month. So that's something to keep in mind. If you can work out a deal like that, or work out a deal where you're leaving it at a family member's house or something and you're paying them, or whatever the scenario is, it's worth having access to a vehicle. Because the one thing is, if you ever do have to relocate back to the States or you're visiting, just getting a place to stay and transportation can really be a financial strain. So that's just something to keep in mind. Um, I'm voting for, if you have the opportunity to not sell a vehicle and keep it, that's my vote. That's what I would do. That's what I'd recommend. But that's just my experience, for being someone that's been traveling in and out of the country since the early 2000s, right? Like 2002. So I've been in and out, working abroad. Currently I'm on my fifth consecutive year abroad, and I've been abroad the past, um, 7 out of 8 years. So and I know right now it's getting a lot. This is back when it wasn't so cool and people thought I was crazy for leaving the country. Now it seems so, trendy, and everyone's acting like they discovered gold or something like that. I've been doing it way back when people didn't know what I was talking about. I thought it was crazy. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm Expat D. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get this channel to grow. If you want information on my experience living abroad, this is a channel for you. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Peace, and I'm out.